Welcome back to The Great Expanse by John Bap 426 here on YouTube, and yeah, another work injury. Send me money so I don't have to work anymore. I can just do videos full time. But I'm good. I enjoy what I do, alright? And it's an honest living. And if you've liked the videos, what a segue. If you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, hit that like button. If not, hit the dislike button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Which one? All. Not personalized or the one underneath, but all. So the next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second. I'll know about its voice. I was struggling there. I think it's because I laughed. But I'm Rap Champ. And this is probably all invisible because this is a green shirt. Or maybe it's the same color as the green screen, but oh well. You know what the title of the video is. You know what it's about, okay? But we're going to do a little investigation, not a word, okay? Into Ravonna, okay? Now, in the Loki series, she is known as Ravonna Renslayer. She's played by, her name was very strange. I wish I had it in front of me. Oh Lord, what is her name? Where is it? Let's look it up. Okay. Ravonna Renslayer. It's like Gugu Mbatha Raw. Let's see if we can. Okay, let's put in Ravonna Renslayer actress. Right, Gugu Mbatha Raw. Strange name, but this is a very beautiful actress. Especially this one particular. I'll put it up there. I mean, not for you to, slobber over, but just to show you, very attractive actress. So she plays a judge. She was known as Judge Renslayer in the Loki series in season 1. And she would basically pass the judgment, okay? Remember, Loki had to take that ticket, okay? And, go down that, long, winding road. Well, like a velvet road, kind of when you go to the bank. Hopefully some of you are banking. Anyway, had the long, winding, and then they finally got to her, I guess her desk. She would pronounce, whether or not you to be pruned or whatever else. Now, Mobius intervened on Loki's behalf in season 1, and she was like, "You can't possibly be serious," because she knew that they were trying to chase down a Loki variant. So that's what. Now we didn't find that out as the audience until later, right? So Renslayer was a judge in the TVA, the Time Variance Agency, and like other members of the TVA, she has shown that she is also a variant. There are other Ravonna Renslayers. I don't remember where she was, but I think B-15 took her to where one of her variants was, and she was like a school teacher. And then in the season finale, I always talk about the Loki season 1 finale for all time, always. She left the TVA. Now, we hadn't seen her again until episode 3 of Loki season 2. Okay, we saw that she went back in time at the behest of Miss Minutes, the administrative AI of the TVA. Okay, and they went back in time to Chicago in 1868, and they handed the TVA handbook by Ouroboros to a young Victor Timely, who was a variant of King Makan. All right, now that is how she is known in Loki on Disney Plus in the MCU. Okay, in Phase 4 and Phase 5. But let's find out who Ravonna Renslayer is according to Marvel Comics. Now, back in the day, and I never like to date myself, but I'm going to do it here. Marvel used to issue these comic books called Marvel Universe Handbook, where they would have like an alphabetic segment of all the characters from maybe, let's just say, from A to B. So everybody in alphabetical order. And I would have preferred to have the Marvel Universe Handbook on Ravonna, because I think that's a more reliable source than Wikipedia. Okay, because we're basically going to go with either the Marvel Wiki or just the Wiki. I'm sorry, I can't resist. Okay, to find out who Ravonna Renslayer is. So now I'm just going off memory here. In Earth's Mightiest Heroes, it was an Avengers cartoon, which was done very well. I thought it was very well. Okay, and I think my favorite episode was the Private War of Dr. Doom. Nobody asked, so I just gave that information anyway. But Kang the Conqueror came to Earth to conquer the Earth because in his timeline, and he's from the 31st century, his name is Nathaniel Richards, Steve Rogers is responsible for the destruction of the Earth. Now, we learn later on that this is a part of the Skrull invasion. A Skrull disguises themselves as Steve Rogers, Captain America, okay? So Kang just thought, looking back through the courses of time, that it was Captain America. So he went there to prevent that from happening. Now, when his timeline was eradicated, the woman he loves was named Princess Ravonna, okay? And so she was in stasis. And the Avengers, of course, because, what was the name of Kang's ship? It's shaped like a sword, but whatever it is. The Avengers board, they're going to, destroy his timeline and send him back to the 31st century. And the Wasp stops Tony Stark. She says, stop! She said, don't jump the ship, don't send it back or whatever. She said, if you do that, Princess Ravonna will die. And of course, immediately the Avengers are like, who's Princess Ravonna? And Kang doesn't want them to know who Princess Ravonna is. He's like, shoot her, talking to his goons. And his goons are like, we don't want Ravonna to die either. So they're like, no. So then Wasp goes to the Kang, okay? She says, we will find a way to stabilize Princess Ravonna, okay? Now, she wasn't known as Princess Ravonna Renslayer. She was called Princess Ravonna. And from then on, she was seen to be in the care of Reed Richards and I think Tony Stark and Hank Pym, the world's most advanced minds, okay? Now, that's from the cartoon, but let's find out what she was like in the comic books. Okay, now, okay, let's go with fandom, the Marvel database, okay? All right. Ravonna Renslayer has first and last name, okay? And here's a quote. Let us each meet our fate with valor, and heaven bless you all. A quote by Princess Ravonna. All right. And I see the name Terminatrix. So let's find out what that is, okay? All right. Origin and death. All right. Now, you can look it up in the Marvel database and read along with me if you'd like to. All right. But there's a picture of Ravonna smooching Kang the Conqueror. Okay. Ravonna Renslayer was the daughter of King Corellius, a ruler in the 40th century Earth, so she's from the future as well. The kingdom of Corellius was the last bastion of civilization unconquered by Kang the Conqueror in that time period. Kang spared them because he was smitten with Ravonna and her fire. We're not going to go into what her fire could have been that Kang was smitten with. She refused his love because he was a commoner and not royalty, but he swore to win her heart eventually. Kang summoned the Avengers to his future in the hopes of winning Ravonna's affection by displaying his battle prowess. Instead, the Avengers joined forces with Ravonna when Kang grew tired of the games and ordered a full invasion of her kingdom. Alright, he's a conqueror. After Kang conquered the Avengers and the kingdom, he demanded a wedding ceremony be prepared. Kang's code had always been to kill the rulers of any conquered nation, however, to prevent uprisings. His general Baltog betrayed Kang in order to honor that code and try to have his ruler assassinated. Kang ended up allied with Ravonna and the Avengers to stop his rebellious army. It was funny. Baltog was defeated, but tried to kill Kang with one last shot. Ravonna threw herself in the path of the blast, saving Kang's life. She professed her newfound love for him with her last breath. Kang, I love you. Okay. So let's go on. Now, I don't want to say the cheat code of time travelers is you can kind of, come and go as you please. And you don't really die.
This video is brought to you
oh
by
my god.
Skyline.
Shut up! Oh, I hate pop-ups. So let's move on. Revival. Now, this is Marvel Comics. You probably say the same thing about DC Comics. They're going to be revived at least 50 dozen times. After Kang was diverged into two different counterparts after the battle with Thor, the Prime Kang went to the Limbo. Okay, not that kind of Limbo. Searching a way to revive Ravonna with Limbo's technology. Kang plucked Ravonna away from the timeline before she was killed by Baltog. Instead of saving the true Ravonna, Prime Kang created a divergent reality where Kang was killed instead of her. That's what happens when you mess with weebly-wimey, timey-wimey stuff. After Prime Kang saved her, this version of Ravonna appeared in Limbo and stayed with him as his princess. Alright? Let's skip ahead, because I don't want to read the entire article. Okay. This is in line with Ravonna still. She later took on another guise, that of the Terminatrix, to battle Kang himself. Kang sacrificed himself so that she could live. Now calling herself the Terminatrix, Ravonna put Kang in stasis, and in order to keep his empire in order and safe from the Council of Cross-Time Kangs, which we see a glimpse of in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania's post-credit scene, where like thousands upon thousands of Kangs arrive in that arena. See the one guy jumping up and down? Ah! Okay. She began posing as Kang, Terminatrix did, Ravonna. The only beings aware of her deception being the Anachronauts. She also began investigating eras earlier in time and discovered the temporal creature known as Alioth, who ruled those eras and threatened to consume Kang's empire as well. Alioth, could that be like that big smoky fire dog that was like devouring people in Loki, I think the next to the last episode? Or is that Eliath? Alioth, maybe it's close. Oh, Alioth, Eliath, okay. Ravonna's future self, Revelation, so she has variants as well, just as Kang has Immortus, okay, summoned 3 Avengers, Thunderstrike, War Machine, and US Agent, to stop the Terminatrix from reviving Kang. So, like Immortus is always trying to undo what Kang's doing. It seems like Revelation is trying to undo what Terminatrix has done, okay? In retaliation, the Terminatrix summoned Avengers of her own, Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. And these are kind of like counterparts of one another. Thunderstrike was like a Thor wannabe. I don't really know what his relationship was with Thor. Of course, we know the relationship between Iron Man and War Machine, and we know about US Agent and Captain America. So they kind of leveled the battlefield, did Terminatrix here. While the 2 teams of Avengers were manipulated into fighting each other, the Terminatrix was lured to the year 9999 AD by Revelation. When Immortus was finally about to die, his wife, Ravonna Renslayer, wished to die alongside him. However, neither could bear to ask their son, Marcus Immortus, to kill his mother, and so Immortus summoned 6 alternate versions of his wife from much earlier in her life. Oh, so this is getting weird. Including Terminatrix. Placing them in stasis, Immortus explained that by killing their future self, they would go on a path to become her and live a life of fulfillment. Terminatrix volunteered and euthanized her elder self right after Immortus died, kind of giving her her wish to die alongside her husband. She then immediately escaped, leaving the fate of other Ravonnas unknown. So we're going to leave it right there because I don't want the video to blow up. Let's see if there's something else interesting here. Okay, we're going to read this last passage, okay? In the year 9999, Revelation convinced Terminatrix that she actually sought to assist her in defeating Alioth and provided her with advanced medicine from her point in time to cure Kang of his injuries. However, before the Terminatrix could return to Chronopolis, Alioth attacked. As the Avengers battled Alioth, the Terminatrix returned and used the device given to her by Revelation, and it successfully restored Kang to full health. Kang, Terminatrix, and Revelation then recovered the Avengers as Alioth absorbed the Council of Cross-Time Kangs, killing them all. Equipping the Avengers with devices to protect them from the Chrono Beast, Kang also gave them a weapon to destroy it, the Chrono Key. When they attacked Alioth in the Council Chambers, the Chrono Key transformed into Tempest, a chrono being that absorbed the latent chronal energy with the dead bodies of the Cross-Time Kangs, and Tempest was able to pull Alioth, creating a time barrier, preventing Alioth from becoming a threat to Chronopolis. Maybe somebody needs to have some spell check or grammar check here. Angry at the loss of lives, the Avengers tried to confront Kang, but he quickly banished them from his realm. Then when it appeared that he and Ravonna would finally reconcile their differences, she stabbed him in the back, intending to revive him so that they would be considered equals in an attempt to deviate herself from the possible future where she would become Revelation. She then assumed the name Rebecca Torminet and traveled to Timely in 1903, reconciling with Kang during his time as Victor Timely. Alright, so it's a lot of whodunit and variants and future blah blah. Okay, But we see here that Ravonna, or just Renslayer, or Tempest, not Tempest, Revelation, Terminatrix, they're all the same person, but different variations of her. Okay? Now, the question is, will Ravonna Renslayer become either one of those characters? Revelation or the Terminatrix? And the Terminatrix, it just sounds like a household disinfectant that you use to kill bugs with. Kill it. Or terminate it. You hear Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terminated with Terminatrix. You won't be bopped. Okay, horrible audition. Alright. But still, we see that the Ravonna Renslayer character is just very essential to who King the Conqueror really is. In his core. Because, you could easily just say, okay, he's just like Julius Caesar, he's just the Alexander the Great or the Genghis Khan of time. But this character, Ravonna Renslayer, she gets to the heart of the Conqueror. Because that lets you know who he really is. Like, because usually the Conqueror has his armies come and just ransack your place. Take it over. And most of the times, you won't meet the Conqueror yourself if you're the conquered. You just see his banners all over the place. You see statues of him. But this lets us know who Kang really is and how he's really fallen for this Ravonna Renslayer character throughout time. It said that even Immortus, who was a variant of King the Conqueror, was married to, was it a Ravonna Renslayer or was it a Revelation? Trying to find it. Okay, Ravonna Renslayer. Okay, just Ravonna Renslayer was married to Immortus. So they're like star-crossed lovers, Kang and Ravonna Renslayer. And it seems like whenever Ravonna wants to kill Kang, that a variant of Ravonna comes to stop her from doing it. Or if Kang wants to turn the tables on Ravonna, Immortus or Ramatut, oh, it didn't say Ramatut, but a variant of Kang is coming to restore the order of time. So the whole idea of a sacred timeline in the Loki series is really right up the alley of who Kang and Ravonna Renslayer are. All right, and this is very informative because I knew nothing about Ravonna Renslayer except Earth's Mightiest Avengers, as I cited earlier from the cartoon. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully this gives us a little light, sheds a little light on Alioth as well. Perhaps that's Eliath. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's probably a correlation between the two. Correlation. A Great Word with a Great Expanse by John Bat 426. Couldn't resist. But perhaps we'll see Judge Renslayer become, instead of just a school teacher, maybe she'll become Revelation, maybe she'll become the Terminatrix. Because it seemed like her and Miss Menace were ready to do away with Victor Timely. Alright? So, I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, or hit the dislike button if you didn't enjoy it. Please leave a comment or dissertation about what you think about Ravonna Renslayer and her relationship with Kang the Conqueror, or even talk about Alioth or Eliath, whatever they're calling him, in the Loki series. David Brent, please let them know where their comments or dissertations go, sir. Thank you, Mr. Brent. Do your part, and I'll do my part. So The Great Expanse by John Bat 426 can and will expand. It's in the name.